So we finally have the much-awaited big-budget AAA PS5 MonsterVerse game, and it is exactly what I thought it would be, which is basically a larger-than-life Titan-sized disappointment. Speaking from a purely technical standpoint, the game is kind of decent for its genre, and I must admit that 7 Studios, the makers of this game, did a fantastic job in terms of exploring the lore of the MonsterVerse. I like the overall atmosphere in the game, the combat, the action choreography, and, most importantly, the cutscenes and the overall storyline. But what makes this game so disappointing is the fact that the best part, the biggest marketable asset, is right in the background the whole freaking time. We literally have one of the 2 main protagonists of this franchise, the character which this game is based upon, fighting one of the coolest-looking Titans, better known as Tiamat, in the background. And we are unfortunately supposed to play as this boring little Super Mario wannabe guy. Quite hilariously, this also summarizes one of the biggest complaints people have with the franchise, which is not giving enough spotlight and attention to the actual kaijus in comparison to the humans. This game is officially set within Legendary Studios' MonsterVerse, and fans love the franchise because of these giant, scary, oversized nuclear monsters. And for some stupid reason, the makers of the game think it would be a wise decision to make you play as a random guy jumping around like Super Mario while our favorite characters are having the fight of their lives in the background. So, in short, the new Kong game, which was being advertised as this next-gen AAA PS5 first-of-its-kind kaiju video game, is basically a 2-dimensional world game where you play not as Kong, but as a random human being who no one literally cares about. What makes this whole situation all the more disappointing is the fact that Kong's survival instinct comes fresh off the release of this piece of art last year called Skull Island: The Rise of Kong. There is no denying that this game did have a hell lot of problems, and if you have been following my channel for a while now, you would know that I spent an unhealthy amount of time ranting about it. However, we must admit that Skull Island: The Rise of Kong still did give us an opportunity to play as Kong and do some cool stuff in Skull Island. We at least got to fight dinosaurs and giant crabs and birds and run around in the jungles of Skull Island, which unfortunately cannot be said for Kong's survival instinct. As I said, this one is nothing more than a supernatural disaster survivor game where you play as some random boring human being who no one cares about. The only positive about this mess are the cutscenes and the overall storyline, which manages to dive and explore the lore of the MonsterVerse, and most importantly, gives us a much better glimpse of Titan Tiamat, who made a brief little appearance in the most recent addition to the MonsterVerse, Godzilla Kong: The New Empire. One of the most disappointing aspects of the movie for me personally was the death of this gorgeous, super powerful serpent titan, also known as Tiamat. Those who have had the chance to read the comic book Godzilla Dominion would understand and appreciate how truly iconic and amazing Titan Tiamat really is. So I am really, really glad to see her making return back to the franchise in this otherwise pretty mediocre and disappointing game. It is just ridiculous to think that the MonsterVerse, currently the most successful IP under WB and Legendary Pictures, somehow can't find a way to make a good game. It's just sad to think that we are now going to get GTA 6 before getting a proper big-budget modern-day kaiju game with great high-definition graphics and gameplay. Just imagine a real MonsterVerse game where you can play as the Big G, Kong, King Ghidorah, or even Titan Shimo, and you get to travel across the gorgeous Hollow Earth and fight different cool and super powerful kaijus, and you can also come out of the Hollow Earth whenever you want and explore the surface world as well. I mean, just the idea of such a game existing sends chills down my spine, and at the same time also frustrates me because we do not have one even after all these years. At this point, we can only hope and pray that we get that game very soon in the near future. Until then, I am just going to keep playing Gigabash, which I believe is the best kaiju game by a pretty decent margin at the moment. So, that is all I had to share in this video. Do let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Please do not forget to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.